Hola, hola everyone. Welcome back to the Resin Lab by Alexandra. Today I pulled out this new book mold that I got. That's a little trinket box. So I'm excited to see how this comes out. And I think I will pour it in a solid color and then paint the details on there afterwards. I just haven't decided what color yet. What color to do, and I'm thinking I might add, well, not might, I think I will add a decal to the front of the book, depending on like what color I do and whatnot. So I haven't quite decided that yet. I also have this Propagation station vase that I got. So this pops out. So if you get this mold, you want to make sure you stick that in the little holes there so that it makes a space for the little tube that comes with it, for these little tubes. And this came in a set of 3, but just for the sake of time, I'm only going to do this one, and then I'll do the other 2 on a different episode. And this I'm going to do probably in an alcohol ink, maybe a single color, and see how that works out. So let's get started. All right, I mixed 425 milliliters of resin. I'm estimating about maybe 200 and 200 and maybe about 30 or 40 in here. So I went with 450. So hopefully that's enough. For the book, I pulled out Purple Rose from the Changtiji box that I have. And for the Propagation station, I pulled out Midnight Blue alcohol ink from my Let's Resin box. So I thought about putting these shells in here because I'm doing an alcohol ink and it'll be transparent, but I have another idea instead, because the blue is gonna wash out those blue shells, so, and because it's midnight blue, so I'm thinking of decorating it with something else, but I still need to think about it. So once we demold and we see how it looks, then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna split up this resin and set aside 200 for this mold here. And before I do that, I'm gonna mix it the way you're supposed to and pour the mica powder in here first, dissolve it in some alcohol, and then pour the resin so that I don't get too much blowback. So we'll do 1 and 2. So lately I've been doing a scoop per 100 milliliters, and that's been working out fine for me with getting like a nice colors. So just a little tip from my end. Let's see. I'm just cleaning off my mica powder scoop. Okay, so now I'm gonna dissolve this with some alcohol. And hopefully that is good. Let me grab another stir stick. All right, and pour 200 in here. That's more like 150. Oh, I have this in here. Well, let's just try it. Oh no, this is for the book, so I estimated 225. So if I had 450, let's just go up to there. And that leaves me with just about 250. I'm trying to see, oh, because this has alcohol too. I'm gonna pour a little bit more. Yeah, that leaves me with 200 in this container and about 250 in here. I might have extra, but we'll see. I think I'll add another scoop of the mica powder. I want it a little deeper. There we go. That's more like what I was envisioning. All right. That looks good there. Gonna wipe off my stir stick. Okay, set that aside. And getting my midnight blue ready. I think a lot of these colors I haven't opened, so as y'all probably noticed. So let's see. Yep, not opened this one before. I'm just poking a hole in the top. Perfect. Ooh, I wonder how translucent that's gonna be. All right, so I've got 200. I'm gonna do 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drops of that. And that is pretty. Oh, my hands are getting sticky already. Let me fix that. Just spraying some alcohol on the napkin so I can wipe my hands and wipe the top part of my stir stick here. Then I get everything sticky. Oh, that's a pretty blue. Very pretty blue. Okay, so that's good. I just realized I am mixing and I'm not talking. I'm so sorry. Y'all are probably just so bored of watching me mix. Okay, I'm gonna pop these into the vacuum chamber and then it'll be time to pour. So I'll see you in just a few moments. All right, it's time to pour. So I'm gonna start out with this piece here. Spritz that with alcohol. I've got my resin vacuum chambered. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be a little short. But that's okay because I can always back it in another color, or I can just mix more clear and pour in some clear. So no big deal. Or I, oh, no, let's see. Okay. Let's see what I can scoop out. That void in the middle kind of makes it a little hard to. Or maybe it will be enough with the scrapings. I can always trim it, or I can back coat it. Good gracious, I'm dripping all over the book. I should have moved the book out of the way. Okay, let's move that out of the way. And continue scraping here. Pop those bubbles that rise. And I'm gonna take this tool here and pop these bubbles. Yeah, maybe I should have split 225 and 225, but that's okay. Not a big deal. It's just about full. And I think I can scrape out a little more. There we go. I don't know why I'm so quiet when I'm scraping. I think it's just because I'm so concentrated that I'm trying not to make a mess. But I think that's good. I'm just gonna, I know I sprayed some alcohol, but I think it probably evaporated by now. So I'm just gonna pop some bubbles here. And spray with a little more. Let's see what to do. I'm guessing I'm short by like 50 milliliters. I'll think about that. Let's pour the book and see where we're at with that. So let's do this piece first. Okay, and let me clean that piece of, that little bit of resin there. It's driving me bananas. Okay. I know I could just easily leave it there and let it cure and peel it off, but it drives me crazy. I don't, because, you know, I don't like things to get sticky. All right, so let's take this purple rose, which is a really pretty color, and pour. That looks nice. Huh, I mixed too much for this one, I think. That's funny. All right. Just pouring this up, making sure that lip has enough. I'm looking at it from eye level and it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna tap here on the sides to get any bubbles out. I already see one there. Now the tricky part is gonna be the top to it. This color is really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna move that there. So that used, actually, that used 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 160. So I need to remember that, 160. 160. Let me write that down on my glove. 160 book base. Right. Let's go with, okay. All right, so now this has 120 left. I'm just pushing out that bubble from there. Getting that filled up in the corners. I'm tempted to clean that piece, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it cure. You can see some more bubbles over here. And I'm just waiting for it to cover up there. Nope. See, I've got that big bubble right there. Okay. I think I got them all. Got another bubble here. There we go. Or it's an air pocket is what it is. All right. Got those all taken care of. Next, so that took 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm writing that down on my glove. 80 milliliters, book, top. I have a little notebook where I've been keeping track of stuff, so. I think this is gonna take another 50. I wonder what'll happen if I pour this purple mica into the blue. Just want to top that off a little bit. And I know I wrote down 160, but then I changed it to 180 because of whatever I just added there. It's probably another 20 milliliters. So, okay. I'm gonna top this off a little bit more so it can fit in the box. All right, so I have scrapings left. I'm gonna leave that piece like that. And, and then I'll just either back coat it or just trim the edges. So, got some hair there. And some weird stuff there. Oh, see, that's all sticky. All right. Okay, so another spray. So far, the bubbles look like they've risen. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one as is, but I'm gonna write down that it takes about 250. And, ooh, I know, I'm going to, this is the cross from the last episode that I messed up with Fast Cure. And I'm just trimming. I tried to take out the bubbles with my lighter and I ended up ruining my mold. So that's that. I think I'm gonna have to squeegee here. pour that there. Hopefully I have enough scrapings to cover this cross. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I kind of want to wait till it's a little bit thicker. But let's just see. I'm still gonna have some scrapings left. I'm just brushing this over to the sides to cover it. So this weekend is dance competition weekend for my daughter. It's the first competition of the season, which is exciting. They've been working really hard to practice their dances. So if anyone's interested, I will post a video of her and her dance company for your viewing pleasure, because they do dance beautifully. This year the dance instructor chose Gatsby as their production piece. So their production piece features all of the company dancers, which is about 50, I want to say it's about 50 dancers, 49 girls and 1 boy. And their costumes this year are corsets. So so that's been interesting, is fitting my 10-year-old for a corset. But yeah, so we're all excited. And then they have so they have the jazz production, which is Gatsby, and then they have a hip-hop production, which it's themed Super Bowl Sunday, so they're all wearing some sort of a team jersey. I don't follow football, so I wouldn't know what teams they're representing this year, but that's their hip-hop number. And then in my daughter's group, there's 10 dancers. They will be dancing to Meet You in the Ladies' Room, and that's a jazz number. And then they're doing their first lyrical number as a group, which is called Proud, and that one is so beautiful. I've seen it in dress rehearsal, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Makes me want to cry just seeing all those girls up there dancing their hearts out. And then my daughter has a solo. She's dancing to Stand Out from the Goofy movie, which is sung by Tevin Campbell. I used to have a crush on that boy when I was a kid, or when that movie came out. I mean, does anybody remember the song? Oh my gosh, what's the name of the song? Can We Talk? I think. I used to love that song. Hopefully YouTube doesn't ding me for saying that, because I'm not playing the song and I don't own the rights to the song, YouTube. I'm just saying how much I admired it. Okay, I like that. I feel like it's a little too translucent though, But if I put more, it's gonna drip over the edges, so let's see. I just want to pick it up and see from here. Let me stand up and look at it from the top down. I guess it doesn't look too bad. I'll leave it like that. And then maybe put a decal to kind of hide the flowers in the back. Okay, so that's everything. Oh, I still have a little bit of extra left, or leftovers. So let's see. I have a good 10 to 15 milliliters extra. So let's pull out. Oh, let's pull out this little mold. Oh, this is a, what is this? It says home. Sorry, y'all, I'm looking at it, but I'm not showing you what I'm looking at. So I've got this. This came as a bonus piece in the, that's not gonna be enough for this though. It's a good 30 milliliters. It's a bonus mold that came in the resin mold box subscription. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. So let me grab something else. And I'll do a jellyfish this time. So let me move this over. Grab this cup over here. Move that over. Let me clean this real quick because it's a little dirty. All right. Spritz as usual. And let's pour. All right. I was just carefully watching. I'm gonna have to, I think the scrapings I can probably do on the cross. It's thick enough now. And you guys can still see that. I'm just gonna let it self-level. And if it drips on the sides, no big deal, I can sand it. I'm gonna paint the sides anyways. That looks good. Just scrape the last little bit in here. Yeah, it's dripping down the sides, but again, no big deal. I can just trim it, sand it. I really want it to cover up those flowers. All right. Okay. Let me pop some bubbles here. See a few more. Okay. Spritz. Spritz that. Spritz my book. And the propagation vase. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cure. Obviously you saw I brought out my G3 curing machine. That way I can demold in the morning because it is late tonight. So I will let this cure overnight in the machine. And then, oh, see some of this spilled. I should just leave it like that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna let this cure overnight in the machine and then I will demold with you in the morning. So I'll see you at demold. It's time to demold. So let me tell you what happened with this cross. I completely forgot to put Elmer's glue on the back. So, and I'm painting the sides anyway, so some of the resin that I used to top coat this spilled over, I think, as you probably saw earlier in the video. And I had this huge spot back here with that was cured on. So I took it outside and sanded it off camera, but basically after I sanded, my husband is standing over me right now as I'm recording, so it's a little awkward. Sorry, y'all. So anyhow, after I sanded it, I brought it back inside and I put a little bit of the gloss varnish on it. This is the back, so I'm not concerned about it, so I'm gonna leave it that way. But just letting you know, if you do top coats and you've already demolded, don't forget to put some Elmer's glue on the back so that you don't have that residue, any spill over get on the back of your piece. So that's what happened with that. I'm gonna put a little decal here that says maybe blessed or something, or some sort of something to cover up the flowers, or kind of like, you know, camouflage the flowers. So that's that piece. So let's demold the jellyfish. Cute. And I don't see any bubbles, which is good. So that's nice. I'll just add a magnet on that. Let's do the propagation station. So as we saw earlier, I didn't have enough, but it was just about to the top, so I'm just gonna trim. And this little hole here is for the tube to go through. So let me finish demolding the rest of this. Oh wow, that looks really pretty. Really pretty. So let me just get this piece out. There we go. That looks really pretty. I love how that came out. And I don't see any bubbles, which is great. So let's test it with the tube. Tube fits perfectly. So I have these little pearls that I got, and so my idea is to put some of these little small pearls just kind of sporadically around, just to kind of give it a little bit of just so it's not so plain, although it is pretty. Ooh, and I'm gonna have to put some bumpers on the bottom so it's not slippery, and then of course trim the back since I didn't have enough resin to pour all the way. So that's that piece. Set this aside. Now for the book. Here we go. Oh, perfect. I have the little lip here. That will work out for the box. Just trying to break that suction. Perfect. So I don't see any bubbles. Oh, except right here, but this is on the bottom, so that's okay. And I'm gonna do a decal here of some sort. I just haven't quite decided what to do yet. So the book I can see kind of went a little crooked, but that's, I probably should have gotten, I mean, these supports are supposed to keep it safe. So I probably could have put like a wooden support so that it wouldn't do that, but let's see how it fits. I think this is the bottom part of the book anyhow. Oh, wow. That looks cute. Really nice. Very nice. I love how this color turned out. Looks like I had something on my mold. Oh, this could have been a drop of the blue resin, but that's not a huge deal. I just have to trim the edges here a little bit, file this down. But this came out nice. And this fits, oh, it fits perfect. It fits perfect. I think I'm gonna color the pages gold or silver. We'll see which one looks better. I think maybe gold. And then highlight the details here in gold. And then put the decal. Or gold or silver, one of those two. I just haven't quite decided yet. So, all right, let me get working on these to finish them up, and then we will wrap up for the day. all finished. I found that once I painted these flat parts on the jellyfish that you can see the tentacles a lot better. So that came out really cute. Put a magnet on the back, and then that's going to go in my giveaway bin. On the cross, I just added the word faith and painted the side silver, and I have it standing up so that the silver can dry. So that's what that looks like. I've got the book. I was going to do a decal on the lid, but I have curved edges here, and so I don't have anything. I need to I don't have like a little pedestal or something to put this on so that it can drip. I mean, I could put Elmer's glue here around this edge so that any drips, I guess I could do that, but in any case, I didn't do it for today. I am going to make this again, and I'll probably do it on the next book. If it comes out the way I want it to, then I can always put a decal on this book, or I can leave it like this. My thought is if someone sees it, I have a craft fair coming up in March. So that's, you know, if someone sees it, they want something special, I can always do something special and then send it to them too. So that's another option. Painted the sides, the pages gold, which came out really nice. And then I burnished the gold paint into the design back here, and I think that came out really nice too. So that's that. And lastly, I did pearls around the circle, both circles on either side of this vase, this propagation station vase. Added some pearls on the edges there. I wanted to keep it simple. I didn't want to take away too much from the piece, but I wanted it to be double-sided, so like if you put it on in the middle of the table, then it has the same design on both sides. So that's that piece. So that wraps up everything for today. So thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Thank you to all my viewers and subscribers. I appreciate you very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye.